Hey everybody, Renee Piani here on our Ask Renee section at SinglesAdvice.com. This is where you can send in your questions from around the world, either via email or even Skype, and we might even put you up on here. If you have a dilemma going on in your life or a question that you want answered, we'll do our very best to answer them because we get hundreds of them. So here's our question of the week to me. Dear Renee, I've been dating a wonderful, sexy woman for almost 4 months who I believed was single. We hung out 2 times a week at first. Then, after a month, we went on a vacation and we had a great time for her birthday. I actually made a commitment to be exclusive with her. We had great communication and super hot sex, but I always suspected that something wasn't right. She finally confessed that she had been dishonest with me, and she was still legally married to a husband of 7 years. She had been separated for 13 months, had a child, and she was gone through a settlement and custody battle war with this man. She neglected to tell me the truth for fear I would have rejected her from the start. She said that she's totally, madly in love with me and wants me to forgive her for this lie and have a real relationship. I am so crazy about her, but should I consider this woman as a possibility? I am so torn because I've grown to care for her and she now wants to work it out. What do you suggest? Wow. Dear Heartbroken, you need to be careful with your heart. I say that if you can forgive the deception and move on, I would still be a little leery because one lie usually leads to another. This actually happened to me with a gentleman that I met who thought that I was going to be a quick, fun person to date quickly while he was going through a separation. And it didn't turn out that way because I took a long time to get to know him. And he had lied from the start and I never could forgive him. Lying is definitely something that is of value that you should trust. So if this woman lied from the start, I would really wonder, would she ever do it again? Can you ever believe her word again? Will you know whether she'll lie to you in the future? People can and do change, but for you, it's going to take forgiveness and rebuilding a relationships that started with a rocky start. And I don't know, it's up to you if you have the heart to do that. Is this what you want right now? Do you really have time to wait for her to be free from her drama that she's going through? Do you want to take her and help her to go through all of these problems? This is the other question. Do you really want to take on all that stuff? Is this the kind of relationship that you've waited for? And what about her child? Do you want to take on the child? Now, be honest with yourself. This decision could affect your future forever. Only you know what went on with this person. Only you know the feelings that you've developed for her. And I consult many people that have gone through this situation in my past. And it all depends on what your values are and the goals you have for yourself. So that's why it's really important for you to look at your vision and what you really want. I would wait for her to be free from her past before you allow her back into your future right now, because you're going to be in the middle of a mess. She has what I call a passenger remaining in her vehicle, and I would wait until she gets all of her crap cleared up before you open yourself up to her because of her lie, and see and test drive to see whether she's really going to come up and really be there for you. You do not need to take on her problems, possibly even financial responsibility, and getting to know her son when she created a little bit of deception right from the start. She seems to be a little bit selfish, if you ask me, that she didn't tell you right up front and led you on and went on vacation with you. So I would say you could take a chance. You could try it out. This woman sounds to me like she's a little bit selfish, so I would be a little bit leery of jumping in and getting involved with her too quickly. But sometimes love shows up in unusual forms, and people do and can change. She may have been afraid, as she was going through this process to tell you. But my whole purpose of being here on Singles Advice is to help people get real. Be honest up front so that the other person can choose whether they want to be in this relationship or not. So I would say something to her like, you know what, Suzette, or whatever her name is, I really care about you. This has been heartbreaking for me. I would like to keep it at a distance for a while. Why don't you take care of business and we can become friends? I can't be your lover right now. And put her at a distance to see if she's really, really ready for love after hurting you in this way. This would be what I would advise. And then in the meantime, I think that you should really take a good, deep look at yourself and get real to see whether these values that this woman has presented to you are what you really want for your life. And if you take time to go through our coaching program and to be involved with our membership, I bet you I can help you to get clear, to see if this is something that you really want, because you could have that feeling inside of your mind and in your heart forever that this woman might lie to you again. And I know and I do trust that people change because I help them change from around the world, but this is the biggest life decision that you're going to make. So, brokenhearted in New York, do a little reflection, take your time, and tell this girl that you care about her very much, but this doesn't work for you, and see what happens. That's my advice here today on SinglesAdvice.com. If you have a love dilemma or things that are going on in your life, or you need support going through a love or relationship challenge, this is the place to be. We have a lot of supportive things right here on the site and a membership site so that you can get support as you're navigating through the crazy world of dating. And this is my passion, and I've helped thousands, and now it's your turn. So I hope to hear from you soon.